Good afternoon, everyone. It's a big pleasure to be here. My name is Pablo López Aguilar. I am Director of Technology of a European foundation that is called Anti-Phishing Working Group, that is based in Barcelona. So I'm very happy to be here because I believe that this is a perfect situation and a perfect event to share some insights with you. So, okay, I would like to talk about cybercrime and digital evidence. More specifically in a project that we are working right now that is called LOCAR. But before delving on the project, I would like to raise or to explain a bit of the context that we are facing nowadays. So as you can see here, the truth is that digital evidence will be needed in around 85% of criminal investigations. And this is something that I'm not saying, but this is something that Eurojust is saying. So every day we have more digital evidence in our prosecution of a crime. So from the one hand, we have this situation right now, and from the other hand, we have the fact, as you very well know, and as the previous session have highlighted, that there is a clear lack of regulation or that aims to facilitate the exchange of digital evidence among the different jurisdictions. It is very complex today to fight against cybercrime because cybercrime has no boundaries, but laws and jurisdictions have boundaries. So let's see how we could deal with this. Which are the main instruments that prosecutors use in order to fight against cybercrime? There are more, of course there are more, but this is something that I believe are the main one. Firstly, we have the Cybercrime Convention that has been promoted by the Council of Europe, as you know, and it's a treaty that implies all the countries all over the world. And there are nowadays more or less 67 countries. Every month you have more countries that have been adhered to this treaty, so perhaps now there are 70. Besides the Cybercrime Convention, we have the European Investigation Order that was introduced by the Directive 2014/41. That is an instrument that starts by the principle of mutual recognition. So that means that one country needs to trust the other country to fight or to exchange data. And then we have the Mutual Legal Assistance Instrument that was created some time ago before our online lives, and it's quite old. And the problem of this instrument is that it is very, very slow to proceed with a cybercrime. So it is not, let's say, very efficient. I'm not a lawyer, I'm sorry, but I'm sure that lawyers will agree with me and judges will agree with me. So we have these three instruments. We have also the Cloud Act. It is a directive, and we have also the directive that is called e-evidence, that I think they were transposed on 2018, more or less. But there are some ethical issues with regards to these directives. I'm not going to delve in on it because it can foster another debate. Besides these instruments, besides these legal instruments that many countries are using, we have also some projects that the Commission is fostering in order to try to facilitate the exchange of information among different jurisdictions. So first of all, we have this project that is called e-Codex. And the main goal of this project is to develop a tool that allows secure transmission of data with the aim to facilitate cooperation and exchange of information among the different jurisdictions. So besides this e-Codex platform, there is another project. These are projects that have finished. There's another project that is called e-Evidence 2 e-Codex that adds a layer to the e-Codex platform. So this layer it creates legal validity to the e-Codex platform, and also it provides people that used to handle legal issues. So it can be a good alternative if you have some doubts when you are dealing with digital evidence. And I like this project very much because usually we tend to talk about technical projects, but in this, you know, usually when you are facing cybercrime, you have to deal with different countries. And the thing is that sometimes the degree, the level of preparation, the level of knowledge of the people around the different countries is not the same. If you go to country A, maybe the habits, the culture, their ontology is different. So we need to create a global cybercrime certification that allows to put everyone on the same level of knowledge and on the same, let's say, language. This is being promoted by the European Cybercrime Training Education Group, which is doing, I think, a very good job in trying to standardize the degree of preparation of people that need to handle these problems. So we have talked about the legal initiatives, legal procedures, projects, European projects, and now we have the ISO standards. There are many more, but the fact is that these are some examples, 2737, 2742, and 43, that they help to handle digital evidence. There are more, but the fact is that usually when I go to a LEA, I ask them which standard they use. Usually it's different standard from the other LEAs. So even within a specific jurisdiction, you go to the Mossos d'Esquadra here, for example, or to the Basque Country, they are using different standards to handle digital evidence. So everyone is using their own tools. So this is more or less the context that I think we are facing nowadays. The main goal of LOCAR is to present a platform that aims to accommodate independent users, jurisdictions, territories, and global regulations. It's a project that has been granted by the European Commission with 7 million euros. It involves 19 partners. And the main goal of LOCAR is the following. It aims to standardize the way digital evidence is collected and reported to the Court of Justice. This is the main goal of LOCAR. And you are going to say, okay, but there are many solutions that are providing this, something similar. And I would say, I agree with you. There are many solutions. But I did a market analysis some time ago, and the only platform, there are more or less 40 tools in Europe that provide similar things, but they don't standardize. So LOCAR is going to standardize the way digital evidence is shared among the different jurisdictions. And there is the only platform that is using blockchain to guarantee the traceability, integrity, and transparency of the chain of custody. There is no more platforms. Don't steal me the idea, please. But this is more or less the added value of LOCAR that we are right now developing, and is going to last until April 2022. I'm not going to delve on the architecture right now, but just to let you know, the disparities between different jurisdictions will be handled with smart contracts. And let's say that we are working within a specific jurisdiction, okay? So here we have a module that is called Crowdsourced Intelligence. It collects the digital evidence, and we have the figure in the jurisdiction of the lead LEA. So this lead LEA is going to assign the case depending on the profile of the evidence, to a specific entity, to the specific LEA. But it has to be one lead LEA that has to coordinate how the evidence is handled among the different jurisdictions. Just to give you a main picture. So we have this intelligence module that collects the crowdsourced intelligence. And as you can see here, the dashed lines are the interactions with the blockchain. So we collect the evidence, we put it into the blockchain, and then again, we use some intelligence in order to recruit more information. And as you can see, in every step of this procedure, we have interaction with the blockchain. So everything is stored in the blockchain, everything, okay? And then we make a report that should be admissible to the Court of Justice in the different countries. I'm saying more or less all the information because this is not correct. We are using a technology that is called Hyperledger Fabric. There are other, of course. We can also have a debate on that. But the main advantages of this technology are, first of all, it allows to add minimal storage with hashes. Sometimes I have the question that says, what about the right to be forgotten, for example? If I want to be forgotten and blockchain never removes anything, and we all know that, what happens? The thing is that the hash is stored, but the link to the information of the digital evidence is removed. So that means that the hash will always be there, but the information related to the digital evidence, to this hash, is going to be removed. Okay, so we have the right to be forgotten. And also it provides private transactions and public transactions. That means that sometimes, depending on the case, we can have public subset of members or private subset of members, depending on the case. Currently, The project lasted 3 years. We started on May 2019, and it's going to last until April 2022. So we have developed the platform. It is ready to test. So if here there is anyone who is interested on seeing the platform, I will invite you to be part of this demo. Of course, you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement before, but I will happily invite you to be part of this demonstration. And my last point here is I want to raise two insights that I would like to share with you. There are two things that might be improved, I believe, in Europe and maybe in the globe. First of all, from a legal perspective, as I said before, there are many differences between how we handle digital evidence, right? We need to find a global body that wants to promote a golden standard that should be mandatory for all the countries in order to talk the same language. Because if not, in the years and years and years, everyone will still use different procedures and different rules. That's just an opinion. And the other insight I would like to share with you is, from a technical perspective, we can use blockchain, as we were talking before in the last session. That can be very useful, the use of smart contracts, to remove the need for a third party. If we remove the need for a third party, it can, of course, become much more efficient, the fight against cybercrime. Of course, we can debate these two ideas later on. So this has been all. I think I'm on time, so thank you so much.